Podcast Network Asia.
Chinky, pwede na ba ako mag-resign para ako ay mag-full-time na sa aking passion and calling sa buhay? If that is your question, let me answer it through this podcast episode.
Hi, I'm Chinkitan and you're listening to Chink Positive Podcast, where I aim to equip you to become wealthy and debt-free, teaching you on how to save, budget, get out of debt, and invest. Let's get into the episode.
Hi there, this is Chinkitan, your pambansang wealth coach. Welcome to another Chink Positive Podcast. Alam mo, ang podcast para sa akin is one of my way to really directly connect with you. I love doing podcast kasi parang kausap ko lang kayo, nag-uusap, nagkukwentuhan lang tayo. Wala akong stress. Honestly, mas mahirap pa talaga gumawa ng TikTok or let's say ng YouTube. Para sa akin, mas nag-enjoy po. I do love doing also the other content pero iba talaga ang podcast kasi feeling ko na parang magkaibigan lang talaga tayo. So sa episode natin na ito, ang pag-uusapan naman natin is about transitioning from work to entrepreneurship, work to another career, di ba? Or transition or change na ginagawa mo. As I mentioned, kung na-miss nyo na po ang mga earlier parts, no, meron na po akong ginawa about on how you can transition yourself mentally. Pero not only that, itong second episode, we're going to talk about how to transition yourself emotionally. Kasi po, what you think is what you will feel. Kung anong iniisip mo, yan ang mararamdaman mo. So ask yourself, if you are emotionally ready. When you talk about emotional preparedness, kailangan po, yun nga, sinasabi mo ng sarili mo, na handa na ako. Handa na ako, not sa isipan, sa aking damdamin. Ano yung paano kang magiging handa? Alam mo, sa totoo lang, pag ikaw nag-umpisa ka sa isang bagay na bago, marami kang may experience na mistakes, rejection, failures, and challenges. Ulitin ko, mistakes, failures, rejections, and challenges. Are you ready? Yes. To face these types of like for example, rejections. People you expect to support you are not the ones going to support you, and people you least expect to support you are the ones going to support you. People you expect to buy are not the ones buying. People you least expect to buy are the ones buying. Pag may nag-no sa'yo, kaibigan, kamag-anak mo, ouch, ang sakit, di ba? Emotionally ready ka ba to handle it? Di ba? Carry mo ba? Baka maramdamin ka masyado. Kung maramdamin ka masyado, hindi para sa'yo ang pagnenegosyo. Di ba? Importante po yan na kailangan emotionally ready ka. Kaya nga as part of being emotionally ready, let me encourage you. The second thing that you need to have in order for you to be prepared emotionally, you must find a support network. Importante po yan. Surround yourself with a supported circle of friends, family members, di ba, or colleagues na talagang naniniwala sa'yo. Layuan yung mga taong negative. May makakakilala ba kayong mga taong talagang nilikha na talaga ni Lord ng pampabigat ng buhay mo? Layuan mo mga yan. Ang hanapin mo yung mga taong talagang susuportahan ka at naniniwala sa iyong adhikain, sa iyong panimula. That's number 2. The third thing, in order for you to transition emotionally and prepare emotionally for transition from employment to entrepreneurship is what? Stress management. Importante yan na ready ka, na kailangan meron kang mga exercises, meditation, hobbies, friends, relatives, na pag na-stress ka na, meron kang pupuntahan, meron kang kakausapin, meron kang gagawin. And for me, one of my stress management, number 1 is to watch. Okay, I love to watch. I want to, parang entertain myself. No, I watch mga episodes. That's number 1. Number 2, ang ginagawa ko rin, I think. I think of new ideas. And that's my way of stress management. Weird nga na nag-iisip ako ng panibagong project, no, na-excite tuloy ako. Maganda tong project na to, maganda tong idea na to. Thank you, Lord. So that's how I handle stress. And number 3, I also talk to my wife. Yes, distressor ko rin si Novi, misis ko. And importante also, kung gusto nyo talaga maging successful sa transition nyo, learn how to practice what we call a self-care. When you say self-care, alagaan nyo ang inyong sarili. I'm not telling you and teaching you to become selfish. I'm teaching you to be wise. Wise in the sense you need to take good care of your physical health in order your physical health to take care of your mental and emotional health. Nagigets nyo? Kasi kung hindi ka okay physically, sluggish ka, parati kang stressed out, tired ka, it will affect you mentally, hindi ka makapag-isip. It will also affect you emotionally. You feel down, you feel defeated, you feel depressed. Yun eh. Kaya importante na alagaan mo ang iyong sarili pag ikaw ay entrepreneur na. Bakit? At the end of the day, you can never give what you do not have. Kung wala ka mismo, wala ka. Kaya nga uulitin ko po para maging successful ka sa iyong gagawin, number 1, learn how to transition mentally. And number 2, learn how to transition emotionally. Again, ulitin natin. Kailangan emotionally ready ka to prepare yourself from challenges, trials, rejections and failures. Number 2, may support network ka. Number 3, marunong ka mag-stress management on how to handle. And number 4, kailangan practice self-care. Hindi pa tayo tapos, okay? Kung nagustuhan nyo tong episode na ito, kasi nga, I want to chop it off, masyado kasing mahaba kung ibibigay ko sa inyo in one sitting. Itong series na ginagawa natin dito in order for you to transition from employment to entrepreneurship. Ang next na episode na pag-uusapan natin is how to transition yourself financially. Financially prepared ka na ba? Ready ka na ba talaga para ikaw ay mag-umpisa ng sarili mong negosyo? If you like this episode, please do share this episode, this podcast. Copy-paste nyo lang to. I-share nyo sa mga friends nyo sa social media. That will, yan na lang hiningi ko sa inyong favor. And then number 2, don't forget to follow and subscribe. Tatandaan, to every problem, there's always a solution. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Always check positive.
Hi guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Think Positive Podcast. This podcast is powered by Podcast Network Asia. If you want to keep on growing and stay inspired, follow us on wherever you're listening to this podcast and share it with friends. Have a good day and always think positive.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.